Assalamualaikum and very good day to everyone. Today, my group and I will be presenting our topic title is Government Intervention, a study of price ceiling and price floor in Malaysia. To start, here is meaningful quotes by our former Prime Minister, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. The role of government is to ensure that the economy grows in a way that benefits all Malaysians, not just a few. Okay. This quote reflects the purpose of our topic today, which is to understand how government policies aim to promote fairness and balance in the economy. For introduction on the topic is in the capital market economy, prices are determined by supply and demand. However, there are situations where the government need to step in the control price. This is especially important when the market price become too high or too low, making it difficult for consumer or producer to survive. One of the most common way the government intervenes is by setting price ceiling, which are maximum price, and price floor, which are minimum price. For example, if the price of a basic food item like chicken rises to the height, the government may set a ceiling to ensure people can still afford buy it. Next, we move to definition of government intervention. Government intervention refers to the action taken by the government to influence how the market functions. This can be done through different tools like price control, subsidies, taxation, and regulation. The goal is to fix market failures, protect for consumer and producer, and create fairness in income distribution. In this study, we focus mainly on price ceiling, and price floor that are applied in Malaysia. For example, a subsidy of rents, for instance, help lower the cost of transportation, benefiting both consumer and producer. For the pricing, a pricing in the high price seller is not allowed to charge for a product or service. Government usually set the ceiling below the market price to ensure the product remains available for the public. It is a type of price control that prevents price from going too high, especially during crisis. For example, during COVID-19, the Malaysian government set a price ceiling on face mask to make sure that they were not sold at unreasonable price. We move to effect of price ceiling. There are several effects of setting a price ceiling. First, shortage. When the price is getting low, more people want to buy the product, but seller may not be willing to supply it, which lead to shortage. Second, rationing. Since the supply is limited, seller may need to ration goods by using limited purchase the person or creating waiting lists. Lastly, it's black market. Because of the shortage, some people may sell the product illegally at high price than allowed. For example, in some cases, people bought large quantity of face masks and sold them at high price on social media platform, which is illegally under price control laws. We move the price floor. A price floor is the minimum price that can be charged for a product or service. It is set by the government is to protect selling producer from very low market price to could harm their income. This is especially important in sectors like agriculture or energy, where stable income is needed for survival. For example, if the price of rice drops low, farmers cannot cover their costs, so the government set the price floor to ensure they earn a fair income. We move to effect of price floor. Setting a price floor also brings several consequences. First, surplus. Producer will supply more because of the high price, but buyer may reduce demand, leading to extra unsold goods. Second, efficiency. The market cannot reach its natural balance of supply and demand. Transfer of supply. Consumers end up paying high price, which increases producer income, but reduce consumer purchasing power. For example, if the government set a high price for sugarcane, farmers produce more, but if buyers are not willing to pay, the excess may be wasted. Comparison between free market and government interventions. In a free market, prices are determined by supply and demand, which encourages competition, innovation, and efficiency. However, this may result in inequality and market failures. On the other hand, government intervention help protect consumer and producers, especially low-income groups, by setting price control and giving subsidy. But it can also lead to problems like inefficiency, black market, and over-dependence of government support. The key is to find a balance between both systems. We move to the case study, which is a background price ceiling on face masks. During the COVID-19 outbreak, the demand for face masks in Malaysia increased rapidly. Some sellers raised price unfairly, while others took advantage of the crisis. To protect consumers, the government implemented the price ceiling. Initially, the price was set at to Ringgit Malaysia for a three-play mask. Later on 1st April 2020, it was reduced to 1.5 Ringgit Malaysia per unit. This was enforced under the price control and anti-profiteering order to 2020, and export of masks were banned to ensure local supplies. This move ensured face masks remain affordable for everyone, especially for fourth line, work and low-income families. For a government action, government acted quickly by setting legal maximum price and enforcing it strictly. They also stopped exporting to prioritize the local market. This shows how price ceiling can help increases to prevent exploitation and ensure fair access to essential goods. For impact on business, when the policy protected consumer, it creates a problem for supplies. Pharmacy and wholesalers had boosted at price ranging from 1.6 Ringgit Malaysia to 1.9 Ringgit Malaysia. When the selling was lower to 1.5 Ringgit Malaysia, they were forced to sell at a loss. This caused financial strains, and some businesses even stopped selling masks. Shortage began to occur, and some sellers turned to black market to start hoarding stock. This highlights the importance of giving enough time for business to adjust to policy charge. For the industry response, pharmacy and the Malaysian Pharmaceutical Society voiced their concerns. They requested government to either provide subsidy or delay the price reductions. They also suggest allowing the market to determine the price gradually. This case shows that even with good intention, policy need to consider the impact on both consumer and seller. Next, we move to the case study first block in Badi in Malaysia. On 16 February 2025, the Malaysian government increased the minimum price of Badi from 3,100 Ringgit Malaysia to 5,100 Ringgit Malaysia per metric ton. This was done to help farmers cope with increasing costs such as fertilizer, seeds, labor, and fuel. The goal was to ensure fair income and improve national food security. However, many farmers were still not satisfied and requested for 1,000 ringgit Malaysia per ton along with additional incentive. We move to impact and change of the paddy price flow. The higher price encourages more farm to sell, but at the same time, buyers were less willing to purchase due to the high cost. This result in a surplus or rise more supply than demand. The government then had to buy or store the excess rice, increasing public spending. Meanwhile, if local rice become too expensive, people might prefer cheaper imported rice, which could hurt Malaysian farms. Also, a high flour price caused retail rice price to rise, burdening low-income families. So, the government must find a balance protecting farms without making life harder for consumers. Next, we move to impact on consumer, producer, and the market. Okay, for consumer, price ceiling and subsidies make goods more affordable and increase purchase power. But if price too low, it may lead to shortage and black market. For producer, price floor and subsidies help them earn stable income and manage costs, but price ceiling may cause loss or reduce motivation to produce. At the market level, intervention creates stability and confidence. However, too much interference can reduce competition, increase dependency, and cause inefficiencies if not managed properly. For the improvement of government intervention to improve the current system, first, we need a target subsidy should be used instead of blank white. It can be given directly to those who need it through platform like MyGuide or MyCase. Second, flexible pricing should be allowed. Price can float within a control band, giving some space for market force to work. Lastly, regular monitoring and transparency are crucial. Policy should review based on data, and inefficient ones should be adjusted and removed. Conclusion: government intervention through price ceiling and floor played a crucial role in maintaining market balance and protecting the welfare of the people. Price ceiling help control inflation and keep essential goods affordable, while price floor help ensure producers receive fair income. However, if not implemented properly, these policies can lead to shortage, surplus, bad market, and inefficiency. Therefore, policy must be careful, plain, flexible, and continuously reviewed to make sure they truly benefit the people and support Malaysia's long-term economic growth. Before we end, I would like to introduce the member of our group who have worked together on this presentation. My name is Nur Shakina binti Muhammad Syagi and my friend is New Zealander binti Muhammad Zubair, plus name is Zuhair, Nick Dobratisha Kristina binti Muhammad Sabri, Saif Amir Risha bin Azrin, Muhammad Nur Ifran bin Abdul Wahar, and Muhammad Aman Hakim bin Abdul Aziz. We would also like to thank our lecturer, Dr. Faizi bin Adnan, for his guidance through this project. Once again, thank you for your time and attention, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.